Good afternoon. Welcome on in for another episode of From Day One, the Sunday afternoon edition. Along here, rocking and rolling with you in Dominion. Tonight we do have, this afternoon, of course, we do have some great courtroom situation. We do have law talk with Mike along with us for the ride, as he is probably getting a couple sheets to the wind, as he likes to at this time each week in his happy hour persona. So we're not going to, of course, fault him for that. Mike, if you're ready with the first clip, bring it away.
Miss Leday, can you hear me? Miss Leday, you're muted. Can you press *6 on your...
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so Judge Randy Shelton is new this week. I did a video on him. I just like him, and I thought we'd kick off Happy Hour with a happy one. I think this is the first time in the history of Law Talk with Mike where somebody is happy after a court appearance.
Okay.
So, it's not going to happen often, but I thought it'd be a good feel-good way to kick off Happy Hour.
All right, sounds good. Let's hear it.
All right, hang on. We'll do yours right quick, okay?
Okay.
Let me pull up the file.
Ms. Leday, did you turn in your final decree of divorce?
I turned that in yesterday.
Okay. Judge, I'm going to run across the hall and grab that.
It's probably somewhere between here and there. Okay, let's let the record reflect that Mr. Leday was served on February the 2nd, 2022 by the constable. The return has been on file since February the 4th, 2022. There's no answer. It appears... Oops, hang on. There is something. No, it's not anything. Okay. Let me get back to you. All right.
Well, this is also a contrast to the video I did today with the crazy, crazy woman. It was during a divorce proceeding. This one, Regina Leday, I guess is her name. She's all the way to the right there, is eminently reasonable.
Miss Leday, would you raise your hand? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter on trial is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good
All right.
person.
Miss Leday, you have nice handwriting. Are you a left-handed? Left-handed because you're leaning to the left.
Yes, I'm a lefty.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's see. How long have you lived in Jefferson County, Texas?
I currently live in Houston right now, but I did live in, I've lived there for, I'd say about a year.
All right. You filed the, all right, hang on. I don't want this to be a, all right. You filed the case in January 26th of 2022. Were you living here on January the 26th, 2022, or in Houston?
In Houston, sir. I figured I would need to do that, being that I'm serving him, and he lives in Beaumont.
Okay. He still lives in Beaumont, right?
Yes, sir.
He's lived in Beaumont for at least 90 days, right?
Yes, sir.
And and you've lived in Texas for at least 6 months, right?
Yes, sir. All my life.
All right, good. All right, well, that saved us. All right, so y'all got married on June 5th, 2018, separated February 16th, 2020, right?
Yes, sir.
And y'all are getting a divorce because y'all can't make you can't make a legitimate marriage out of this relationship. Is that fair to say?
I tried multiple times, and it's a no-go.
Any reason to believe y'all are going to get back together?
He wants to get back together, but there's no possibility. He's a no.
Okay, well, it takes two. So if you say no, then it's a no. And do y'all have any children together?
No, sir.
Did you have any children with anyone else after you two got married?
No, sir. I'm too old. I'm about to be a grandma.
Oh, well, my next question was, are you pregnant? You don't look old enough to be a grandma, but you don't look pregnant either, so you're not pregnant, I guess.
No.
Oh, he's smooth. He is smooth. He's trying to get through stuff that he's got to actually ask to fulfill his obligations, but he goes out of his way to be super nice and diplomatic about all that.
So anyway, basically, you want to, far as the property, you just want to keep your stuff and he keeps his stuff. Is that how you see this?
I want to keep it as simple as possible. He keeps his house, his car. I keep my car. Just keep it separate and simple.
Okay. All right. I think I can. All right. I got your divorce decree. I think everything looks fine. And you, okay. Then, Miss Leday, the court will find that the court has jurisdiction over the subject matter of the parties, and I'll find that the parties are married on June 5th, 2018, that the marriage has become insupportable. There's no reasonable expectation of reconciliation. I'll find there's no children born of or adopted the marriage and none expected. I'll find that the proposal to divide your proposed property division is a just and right division, so the divorce is granted and rendered. Miss Leday, I'll sign this in a few minutes. Everything looks okay, and then you'll be able to probably get it sometime like Tuesday, Wednesday next week, okay?
Thank you, sir. So the divorce is final?
Yes, it's official right this second.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you so much.
Okay, good. All right. Okay. Good. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you, Jeebus.
Let me see.
I don't blame her.
I make people happy. Anyway, let's see. Gentry in favor.
Hi, this is Jack from Sovereign Citizen Patrol, and he asked me to ask you. Oh, that's cute. I couldn't hear him the first few times when I was putting this together, but he says, I make people happy.
Yes, he does.
At the end, which is, he's just so charming. He really is.
Yeah, like he makes mouth happy.
I just put Jack in here to break it up, but this next one is not so charming.
Uh-oh.
And subscribe. He'd like some belly scratches.
I blew 3.8, and he let me off with
3.8!
and gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee or lunch.
In today's episode of Exposing Yourself to the World for Attention, we have this girl named Skylar, who's a TikToker. Shocker, I know, a TikToker who likes attention. I didn't know they existed. Skylar's an 18-year-old high schooler who found herself in a bit of a predicament, and that predicament was being caught drunk driving. Obviously a very serious offense.
Okay, I will put links to this in the description below. I can't remember the channel. Somebody sent it to me in Discord. I actually edited a little bit, a fair amount out of this because there's some language issues.
Okay.
There's some I couldn't edit. And actually, I think the guy is really funny. I can't remember. I should give him a shout out, but I'll put a link to his video. I think he was funny, but I just wanted this portion of it. It kind of reminded me of the whole Amber Heard thing. You know, the question, are women capable of lying? Well, of course they are. Of course they are. They're humans.
Considering you could kill or partially decimate someone, but to her luck, though, she actually got let off after smooth-talking her way out of it with the officer, and I think most people would consider themselves lucky and just go home and be glad they didn't get a DUI, but no, like an attention-hungry clout goblin, those primal clout-chasing instincts kicked in hard, and she decided to record a TikTok bragging about dodging a DUI after underage drinking as well as some other things. But without further ado, let's just get right into the video.
Get into the fridge, got it.
I got out of a DUI and got let off with a warning. That officer deserves a raise. Ladies, I literally just said, I was like, I just got out of a really bad relationship and he was really toxic and he dumped me 2 weeks ago. Got off with a warning. No DUI for me, bitches.
Less than a minute in and you've already managed to somehow incriminate yourself in multiple crimes. This is a record-setting speedrun performance. I'm a little impressed, honestly. How can you be this dumb? No, genuinely, it's a serious question. There needs to be a few screws loose in that old noggin of yours to not only record yourself underage drinking and bragging about dodging a DUI, but also post it online after. Look at me, I'm drunk driving. I'm so quirky.
No DUI for me, bitches.
There's no quality more attractive in a person than driving under the influence. Anyways, what good could come from this is my question. Yeah, you get a few views, you get a little ego boost from the attention, I guess.
The warning. No DUI for me, bitches. Anyways, it is 5 in the fucking morning. I'm now just getting home. Sir is so...
This is maddening, but I will give this channel, this creator credit. He did make it. While it's maddening, I did enjoy it.
Okay.
Because he's funny.
I blew 3.8, and he let me off with a warning. And gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee or lunch. He was hot. So I'm getting lunch with him tomorrow.
Oh my God,
I
really?
really should be in fucking jail right now, calling my dad to bail me out of jail.
I was just that one with Larry.
This officer just let me off with a warning. Okay? Put me in handcuffs then, babe.
Oh, you shall see, Jim.
I think I just found my soulmate. I got out of a fucking DUI. I got out of being arrested.
Crazy! Your life is such a movie. This is where the story gets a little juicy, because now not only has this person incriminated themselves in multiple crimes, but also could potentially get a police officer fired from his job, all while there's no evidence whatsoever anyone was hitting on her. Anyways, like many other clout goblins before her, this person got their 15 minutes of fame on that TikTok algorithm of diarrhea, but then something funny happened. A lesson on why you should never lie for clout, because the actual police officer ended up seeing this and posted the body cam.
Oh!
Well, let's see what really happened.
Oh, go for it.
My name's Deputy Stallman, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. I pulled you over because you're weaving a little bit back there. Where are you coming from?
I was coming from my friend's house. I actually just got dumped.
Okay.
So I was like crying and like I'm really
Okay. Were you on your phone and stuff too?
I was trying to get a hold of him because my heart hurts.
Okay. Well, I'm just concerned that you were weaving because of alcohol, but if you're on your phone, have you been drinking or anything tonight? No? Okay. Do you have your license, your registration, your proof of insurance?
So I have my registration and my license. I'm just...
Alright, give me just a few minutes. I'll be right back with you. Maybe text your mom or something and see if you can get that proof of insurance, because I just need to make sure the vehicle's insured, okay? It's a little cold outside. If you want, you can roll the window up. Just stay in the vehicle for me, okay?
Longer muted.
I'm not going to worry about any of that. Sounds like you're having a rough night, so I'm not going to add to that by writing you a ticket or anything, okay? So I'm just going to give you a warning. It's not a big deal. I just want to make sure you're okay. You were weaving a little bit, and I just want to make sure you're okay to operate the motor vehicle, and I believe you are. So my information's right here on the front. The reason I stopped you here is on the back. Wherever you're headed, get there safely. I'm sorry you're having a bad night.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, well, no, you don't need to apologize. I mean, you were weaving a little bit with no traffic out. I just want to make sure you're okay, that's all. Sounds like you're having a rough night, but all things considered, everything will be alright. Alright, so, it can only get better from here. You're not getting a ticket on top of it, right?
Thank you. I was just like...
So, get to where you're going safely, and have a, try and have a better night, okay? Alright.
I'm just right down the street.
Perfect. Okay, sounds good. Have a good night.
It just makes it all the more despicable when you see how nice this
So in other words, he did it. She wasn't drunk at all.
There's absolutely nothing in this body cam footage you could even mistakenly interpret as flirting.
He let me off with a fucking warning. And gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee or lunch. He was hot. So I'm getting lunch with him tomorrow.
Why even lie about this? I'm just dumbfounded. This has to be one of the most pathetic attempts of attention-seeking we've seen on the channel. This is just sad. To lie to this extent for an inkling of attention online is concerning, to say the least. It's not even sad. I'm concerned for her emotional well-being if you crave attention this badly. No, I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit. But
You got me with that.
The Mikey has to say, I had a feeling on that one.
I give him a tip of the fez. I give him a tip of the fez for that little bit.
I say I don't give a shit.
Clout. This TikToker also ended up on the news.
Oh, really?
Okay, what do the boys have to do to get you to hit like and subscribe?
Well, they got you to stop playing the doggies.
That's pretty much all I have. Okay, so we got one more, and of course I've gone and rated Old Squishy Gardener's channel as I always do. But it's a good one. I hadn't seen it. It's really good.
What do you got for Squishy?
Numbers 2019 2790, 5511, 5753, 679, and 1034. The state of Texas, and that's the last two cases are 2020. Now, counsel, please.
Your Honor, this is for the state on 2020-0D01034.
Ivan Martinez for the state for the rest of the cases, Your Honor.
Is this the F&B one, Mike?
Ernie Duenas on 2019 0D05753 and also 2019 0D02790.
This sounds like the F&B one, Mike.
I'm representing him on the 2020 00335 and 2020 0C00335, but that's a county criminal court case, Your Honor. And I'm probably representing him on all the felonies in your court except for what Ms. Lugo is there for.
Very well. Let the record reflect this is a bond hearing. Ms. Lugo or Mr. Chacon, please, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, this gentleman, Ernie Duenas, we were in court at our last hearing, and he has been on bond, on PR bonds and corporate surety bond as well. He is 21 years of age. He was born and raised in El Paso, Texas, and prior to his arrest, he was living with his girlfriend. They're common law in a sense. They have 3 children together, and those children are a year and a half, 2.5 years of age, and 3.5 years of age. He, prior to his arrest, was working at Church's Chicken. And,
that's what it sounds like.
He has worked. He has attended all of his years of schooling. He obtained his high school diploma, and then started has an interest in going into the HVAC work.
But hasn't done any of it.
He's been on bond, but
it's almost quaint.
I was gonna say, Mike, we've done this before, but I'm more than happy to stay with you because I want to hear your take on this. Go ahead. You said it was quaint.
This attorney is doing a really nice job laying out, very professional, really trying to help her client, but the prosecutor is loaded for bear, as you'll see soon.
And has always reported on bond. He's always reported on the PR portion of the bond. He's always stayed in touch with corporate surety bond. He has no positive UAs. Just a minute here, Your Honor. Yeah, no positive UAs. We're at a point on this case, Your Honor, where we would like to work out a plea agreement eventually with this case, but of course everything's taking a little bit more time. We've got cases, misdemeanor cases, and then these felonies as well. I would ask if the court would consider either putting him back on PR bonds. He has never failed to report, as I understand, and or a combination of corporate surety bond with PR bond. If the court were to grant him a bond, his grandparents are willing to take him in initially for a 14-day period of time just to be sure that he's safe to be around the rest of the family. They have a 2-story home, and they have a section of the house where he can stay by himself. And then his mother and his children, and of course his common-law spouse, would like for him to move back with them. I can tell the court that I think, I'll stop there, Your Honor, and allow Mr. Chacon to proceed and elaborate further if he wishes to.
Anything else you want to say, Mr. Chacon?
Your Honor, he's always had a very good connection with his grandfather and his parents. And he's a very smart young man, and he's been, I guess, transitioning. And so I think that he would be okay to be put on PR bond, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Setliff or Mr. Martinez, you want to respond?
All right, now it's time for the prosecutor.
Sure, Your Honor. I want to just go into a few things regarding his current cases. May I share my screen with you, Judge?
Absolutely.
So you have to allow it. I think it's in the middle of your screen under share screen.
Thank you, Joshua.
What did I do? I've never done this before.
Potato soup.
Share your screen with us.
Pepper.
Stuffed pepper soup.
Yep. She is such a ham. I'm sorry, but what did I do? I've never done this before. Okay, Judge.
I'm hungry.
Object, Your Honor.
Well, what do I do now?
You don't share
Let
your
me
screen. That's
pause
what you do.
share. Your screen is paused. Stop sharing. Okay. So I think I have to make you a co-host.
So I've taken a little effort in arranging. So for my own understanding, what?
Yeah, he did. He's got it out for this guy, and deservedly so. But wow, well, I don't know what he did to this prosecutor, but he's given him the full Debbie Davis treatment here.
The defendant has been up to. So that first screen is all the cases that you've called, as well as the pending misdemeanors. As you can see, there are 4 instances of evading, 2 with vehicles and 2 on foot. One of the evading with a vehicle is related to one of the evading on foot. The defendant has these pending offenses stemming from an evading with a vehicle in which he evaded on that motorcycle that's in the bottom left, as well as on the motorcycle in oncoming traffic. That's him going against traffic, where I'm indicating with my pointer. This is he abandoned his motorcycle and ran through a residential area, and they had to pursue him and get him. He had THC. No, he had cocaine in this instance of that amount, less than a gram. And so that was on January 17th of 2019. On April 18th of 2019, he was arrested with others that were in this car. They had additional offenses, which are reflected by those THC cartridges on the right. They had a large amount of money with them, a scale, and other accoutrement of drug dealing. That's defendant circled with his co-defendants, and that's that offense that's stemming from there. On May 28th of 2019, this is 2020 0D00679 with evading with a vehicle. Again, he has a Cadillac Escalade, which is a question just as an aside. I wonder about.
The prosecutor knows it too. Nothing says drug dealer like a Cadillac Escalade with no verifiable source of income. I mean, it's textbook.
He has 2 lawyers right now. If they're both appointed, that's a question. He has this Cadillac Escalade. He evades from the officers, abandons the Escalade, and then goes into someone else's backyard. The officer has to chase after him, and in fact, he struggles so much that several officers had to subdue him in that instance. On August 6, 2019, while out on bond again, he sells this cocaine to an undercover officer. That's a picture of the cocaine that he was planning to sell. I would point you to this username is Flamer. Just keep that.
I'm sorry, I'll get back to you in just a second, Mike. Actually, looks like we got something weird happening here at GC Central as I'm taping this episode. I've got police squad lights out the window here, trying to take a look during this fight's going on. Oh, lock the doors, please. They've got a suspect running on foot that the cops are chasing. Keep the doors locked to make sure nobody tries to get in case. And with that, we really don't have anything else we can do with that, so back to you, Mike.
Keep that in mind for just a few minutes, Judge. During 2018, the defendant completed PTD on another.
This part just cracks me up. I don't know why. Tell me if you agree with me. Tell me in the chat. Tell me. I find it absolutely hilarious that he took the time to find 3 Budweiser case graphics to juice up his PowerPoint presentation.
Actually, it looks like 2. One that's repeated, but
resisting case, evading, and
the point still holds.
So that's 5 total evading cases that he has in his life. He did a beer run with these other people. And that's also significant because he completed PTD in 2018. So this is a timeline of the defendant's activities starting all the way back in 2015 when he's a PI. He slapped his current girlfriend back then when she was just his girlfriend. He does a runaway case in December of 2017. That's when we have that resisting He gets out on bond in December of 2018. And we have no other offenses in 2018 because he was on PTB that whole period. He completes it in July of 2018. By early 2019, we have him evading the vehicle and the possession of that controlled substance, as I was indicating with those three friends, and those are the facts of that. He gets out on bond on the 18th. On March 19th, he's evading again, and there's marijuana in the car on that instance. On April 9th, he's out on bond, and on April 18th, he picks up the 1 to 4 grams of THC. There's surveillance on the motel, and that's with his friends. He gets out on bond.
And just a reminder, in Texas, it's still illegal. Ask Derek Quiet.
He further there's a El Paso Police Department case stemming from assault with a deadly weapon, where he pointed and fired into the air a firearm having to do with a drug deal gone bad, where someone stole drugs from him, and he's threatening someone else as a result of that drug deal. On May 28th, that's when he's evading again, resisting and evading. He gets out on bond on May 30th, and then on August 6th, he sells the cocaine to the undercover officer, and then he's also arrested, and when he's arrested, he has this additional THC on him. It's a first-degree felony amount, and that's the offense that I'm handling. He gets out on bond on the 6th, and on... I'm sorry, I made an error there. He got out on the 13th, I believe. And then by the...
It's not a bad idea.
By the November 22nd, I think his PR bond was revoked, and so he was put in jail again, and he got out on bond. And then my case, this 1034 right there, was indicted, and that's when he was arrested in March of 2020. So I also know he is a confirmed Blood 1700 gang member. His moniker is Flame. And if you remember back on that text message I was sharing with you, that's his username when he's selling those drugs to the undercover officer. That's the place that he has claimed as his residence, which I believe is, I could be wrong, but I believe it's his grandparents. Further, Judge, I would share with you the jail calls that I have reviewed.
Oh, no, he did not. Mike? Mike, you're going to love these.
Without reading it to you, Judge, I can make it available to you, but he has some very choice things to say. Well, this is showing that he had a gun when he was arrested in August, and he wanted his dad to sell the gun so he could get out on PR bond. When he talks to his grandmother, this is the language that they use, referring to your decision to revoke his bond.
Ooh, this gets good.
Am I the effing B?
Yes, you are, Your Honor.
So, Judge.
Mr. Reynolds!
And then in March,
I'm the effing B. Holy... Oh, there's another one. The judge is a hoe? Oh, my God. The judge is a hoe dog for...
Mike, you're having too much trouble with this.
So, Judge,
I'm sorry, but listening to Judge Ryan Hell say the judge is a hoe is that's top notch. Thank you, old squishy Gardner.
No respect for your court. No respect for the officers that are taking their life and the community in danger.
Yes.
Everyone's life is in danger with this defendant out on bond. He's a scary guy. He does not care about driving in front of traffic as it's ongoing in residential areas on multiple occasions, selling drugs, and then referring to you in the way that he did. He doesn't belong out with those 3 little kids or the rest of the community. He's not going to follow what the president says, the governor says, the county commissioner, the mayor, or what you say, Judge. He's a dangerous person, and he's ready for TDC time.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. I don't want to discuss this case anymore. If somebody is referring to me in that manner, way, shape, or form because I revoked his PR bond because he couldn't comply, they had positive UAs, then I'm not going to waste any more time. And I've got other people that probably respect me and respect me a little bit more. Mr. Sedlick, what are the bonds set at?
Your Honor, it's difficult for me to tell on portal. It appears he may not have a bond on my new offense, the 1034.
I'm sorry, Aaron. I have the bond amounts.
Yeah, there's the clerk.
And just to let you know, Judge, he's only being held on detainer, so none of his bonds have been revoked, cash or surety portions. So I'm gonna go down the docket. That way,
his PR bond wasn't revoked?
No, Judge.
Okay.
He was just detained back in March.
Okay. So I'm setting new bonds then. That's what I'm gonna do then.
Oh yes.
Okay, Judge.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give me the highest bond amount.
On the 5753 case, that one.
Translation. Let me make sure I'm making it higher so that he's got more consequences.
Yes.
It's a $10,000 cash surety.
That's the highest?
Yes, Judge. As far as cash surety, and then there's a $25,000 PR.
I'm on 1034. That one doesn't have a bond at all, right?
Oh yeah, she is.
I see 25,000 PR.
Okay, thank you. Judge, that's a first degree. I don't know. That one might make sense to be at a different number if that's what you see fit to do.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a $50,000 on the first degree, $50,000 on the 1034, $50,000 surety. On the 2020-679, I'm going to put a 15,000 surety. On the 2019 5753, it's going to remain, it's a 10,000 surety, right, Mr. Castañeda?
Yes, Judge, that was previously posted.
And no has not been.
There's no warrant for it or anything.
Okay. That's okay. I'll leave that one. Then we have another manufacturing delivery, which is a first degree correct, in the 5511.
No, I believe that's state jail.
Right? I'm sorry?
I believe that one's state jail. That one's under a grant.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Okay. That is going to be a 15,000 surety. And then in the evading arrest, it's going to be another 15,000 as in the other one.
And Judge, on that one, there was a 7,500 cash surety posted. Do you want this to be an additional
7,500, an additional 7,500. I want it to be raised to 15,000. Get it? So all he has to post is another 7,500. Okay, so it's a 15,000. 15. Okay, there it is.
Okay, there it is.
Mr. Sedliff, everything? Anything else we need to do in this case?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Chacon, Ms. Lugo, anything else?
Your Honor, I only want to say to the court, of course, I have total respect for Your Honor, for all the courts, and I will go over all of this with Mr. Duenas.
Good, thank you. Mr. Chacon, anything else, sir?
I want to do the same, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
I apologize.
Well, it's not you, it's the...
No, it's okay, Judge. I'm still part of that. So, my
know.
apologies for anyway.
I mean, she gets it, but look at his attorneys trying to catch that spear for him. I mean, they're all pros. The prosecutor is fantastic here, and both defense attorneys are fantastic. The Bar Association looks good in this video. The judge is reasonable, and the attorneys look great. The defendant, not so much.
In any way, shape, or form, Ms. Lugo, Mr. Chacon, I do not impute the disrespect, the outrageous disrespect that your client has shown the court, the system, me. I do not impute that to either of you. Both of you are fine attorneys. So no worries. Go be safe, everybody. Don't be excused. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Aaron. That was great. You taught me how to share a screen with somebody else now. Okay, we're late.
Now we both know.
I know. We're late for our next one. I'm going to get back on, okay?
Mike, you got any more talk about it?
There you have it. Thanks again to Old Squishy Gardner. That was just a lot of fun. And I had those other clips. They've been kicking around, but that's why I love doing Friday Happy Hour, because I have clips that I find interesting, and I don't know, they might not be that long or whatever. They might be kind of off topic, but Friday's kind of my day to just Just
Have fun.
That one clip, the fake DUI, I thought was particularly interesting, and I like the creator, and I wish I could remember his name because I want to shout him out. But like I said, I'll put a link to him. Thanks a lot. Have a good weekend. Behave yourselves. I will see you soon.
Thank you very much, Mikey. And if you do like him again, Law Talk with Mike on YouTube. Look him up. Have some fun. Rock and roll with him if you would like. Alright, as soon as we finish up this fight or two, we're going to go ahead and call ourselves a afternoon here. I think we're going to ride with good friends over at Frauditor Troll for the evening for our auditors. And, well, actually, it's going to be a Frauditor day then if we ride with that. And of course, then in the overnight, part 2 of Lucid Dreaming. It's going to be going and rocking and rolling there. Or the lucid dreams in the overnight. So until then, please, as always, make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to get us to the goal of 50,000 views. 1,000 subscribers, so Boxy over in Extra sends us those nice red boxes to go ahead and get us the goodies to send to you all. And of course, that YouTube puts us on the algorithms. Coinbase, Ibotta, and Gain.gg are also all there ready to rock and roll for you to get you some freebies and nice good stuff. Fill them out, and of course, once you do fill them out, go ahead and get your items. That helps out both of you. You can use them here in Dominion as Extras does accept crypto, or go ahead and use them anywhere else you like. It's your money, your Mike. Shush. You're free to do as you like. So until next time, make sure again as you do like, share, and subscribe, be kind to one another, and release the Krakens. As we rock along here from day one. Actually, since we do have about a minute or two left to get the rest of these, not Mojo, but yeah, it is Mojo. Brawl's done. Let's go ahead and do something that we normally do in part 2. Radical, the Unhallowed Knight, are you there? Give us a quickie.
Yes, sir. If I can just please get a badge number, and ID number, and a name, please.
Now we'll look at that. It's the For the Record guy. I hear you saying, "Aye, Radical, this is an old video." Why, yes it is. But for the record, on the record, let the record show, I have not done a video on this lad. So without further ado, let's give him a Radical roast, eh?
You got it, my Radical, my man.
Sorry, officer. I just have to do that for the record.
You keep saying that, sir. I've already told you this contact's being audio and videotaped.
Okay, and it's the
okay, and when you get stopped by a police officer, you're required by state law to produce those documents I asked for.
Okay.
Nowhere does it say that I have to give you time to play around with your electronic devices when we're out here on a limited access highway, which is very dangerous.
Okay, well, I can pull over and get off the freeway.
No, you need to produce the documentation so that we continue with this traffic stop instead of obstructing me.
I'm not obstructing.
You're absolutely obstructing me. You're in violation of state law now.
And you calm down there, officer. You're not leaving me a whole lot of room to, roast the lad. I mean, this is one of my favorite videos. Mostly because the trooper is having none of it. This stupid on the record, for the record, let the record show. Well, what's going to show there, little man? It seems like a cult mantra.
Okay, so this is for the record, sir.
You keep saying it's for the record. Are you under the influence? Because you're very redundant.
Sounds like he is.
What he said. What he said. Why am I getting facepalm? He's a bit redundant.
You're constantly repeating yourself. That's all.
I know. That's because you're not answering my question, and you're supposed to.
A record. Is this like an imaginary thing to you?
No, this is for the record.
The fact that I'm audio and videotaping you, I've explained that multiple times.
I know.
You seem to not understand it, but you're still, at this moment, are refusing to produce those documents I asked for.
I'm not. I'm just trying to proceed in a lawful, orderly manner.
Well, you're not doing that. You're actually doing quite the opposite, sir.
Yeah, imagine that. Your actions have consequences. Wasting the time of the officer after he's already asked you for ID and identification, or even your driver's license, which you are, by law, required to provide, and you're playing with your little electronic devices to do some kind of for the record nonsense. Why do these sovereign citizens actually believe they have some kind of privilege to stop the officer in his tracks and then just control the situation? That's the part that always baffles me, especially when the outcome is exactly the same every time.
Okay, but I need a badge number in your name.
You need to produce those documents.
I will, but there's a process that my advisors...
Okay, sir, you need to step out of the vehicle, please.
Dum.
Because you're refusing to identify yourself.
My name is
You're not
Chris
giving
Haywood.
me your driver's
My
license,
name is-
registration, proof of insurance.
My name is
In
Chris
the state of
Haywood, sir.
Washington, that's considered obstructing a police officer. Refusal to give information.
I'm
It's
giving
a
you
crime.
my name is...
Gone from committing a civil infraction of violating the speed law to a criminal offense now.
Sir,
That's horrible. I don't understand why you're doing it. Maybe you watch too much TV or I don't know.
Let me explain it to you, Trooper. You're dealing with a dick flute graduate from the YouTube University of Sovereign Shittery.
But do you have a driver's license?
Yes, sir, I do.
Can you produce it?
I can, yes.
Okay,
and I
then
will.
why don't you do that right now?
But I need a badge number and ID number, please. For the record. It's just for the record. We have
You keep saying that, sir. For the record, that's wonderful.
I have no idea
Your
who
little
you
video
are.
camera's going,
I have no idea who you are.
and you're refusing to give me that documentation.
Are you refusing to identify yourself?
As a matter of fact, he doesn't have to identify himself. It's a policy, not a law, or a rule, or a regulation, or a...
Or a face palm. Yeah, let's go over face
Are
palm.
you refusing to identify yourself?
I'm Trooper Wiley. I said that when I first walked up
Thank you.
here.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Wiley. Okay, a badge number, please.
405.
Thank you, sir. I
Here,
appreciate
I'll
that.
even do one better for you. This is my commission card.
Okay.
It has my name on it. It has my badge number. It even has my middle initial. Now, I've done more than you have.
Sir, I don't see why you're so angry. I know this.
So you're not identified, you dick flute.
Would you have that information for me, please, sir?
He's wondering why the officer is so angry. Well, if you're dealing with stupidity all day long, and you found the king of stupidity, you're gonna get a bit miffed. Can we just have more of these kinds of officers, not having any of it, not playing their silly little power play games? Now, there is a longer version of this video, but I can't seem to find it. And on that Lost on YouTube note, remember to click the button button around it, and I will see you next time.
Thank you, Reggie Kill. Normally, you'll see him in our second of 3 episodes in a day, the part B. Go ahead and visit us there if you'd like to have more. Of course, also you can visit his channel directly at Regical the Unhallowed Knight on YouTube. Alrighty, that seems to be the last Mojo Brawl of the day. So with that again, please like, share, and subscribe. Be kind to one another and release the Kraken. As we march along here from day 1. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you tonight for the Frauditor Palooza and Lucid Dreaming in the Overnight.